Empowerment desks are open for our youth, navigating grants, loans, and modern vocational skills for our farmers. Irrigation and mechanization for our neighborhoods, graded roads and street lights. Safety trade progress for the Zambian people. I ask for your partnership under the OPN.
Anyway, so here we are. Good evening. Yeah, today I've had a long day, such that I was even scared that Limisha Kwanishe, but we have got very important issues to discuss. Yesterday I received a message. I was having a conversation with some people, and then ka conversation kaisa wako fe imbimbi kali nchitako depress mairo mairo nshari bwino eronga nile nali akale when I was young nganalitamba fo kusabaira nomba apani nkula nomba panomba nalikwata patience nangu shanshani umuntu ambepa awe shanshani nalikwata patience. Now I have patience. Those days I didn't have patience, because you see, for me, my word is my bond. That's what I believe in. When you utter something, when you say you're gonna do this, I believe that you should do it. That is from my perspective. If I don't do something, if I say something and I don't do it, I am bothered. But vamo they lie and they just forget, and they just go their way, as if those people just used to ick me. But apa nomba ninkwata patience nomba nangu muntu abepa nangu muntu anje befishirondoro eke bwino nalikwata patience nomba akale dena liumwaiche. I used to get upset nomba I've come to I think I've been disappointed too many a time, not to be disappointed by others. No. Unaliva number tuma disappointment twalifula. Twalifula. Na bagero bakusteko disappointing because akalale muna kwa chabana kashiba chine abana kashinga balande fintu kwata balepa nikulomone na isasa ngafati bagero na bena balabepa but ngawamusanga pa ngakubepa anyafati this one is the one yeah kanshi. So I've gone through too much. Nadiamba no kuiwera. Yeah, nadiamba no kuiwera monomba. At let's share, we reach 3K. Yeah, share. I don't like to advertise. Share. I don't advertise. But because I take it that it's your responsibility. If you like what I'm doing, it would be, that is like the little that you can do, to share so that others can hear the message, the good message of Prophet Tayali. The good message of Prophet Tayali. I'm a prophet, bad kind. Vasia wanted to have kikukudi, vasia no muna kwati. Kutibadingana na ile, ifwe tuli, itawapale mbo imbifwe. Noti awira Sean Tembo, amepa mepo ufi. Anyway, let me even start on Sean Tembo. I think let me get on into the real issues, because we've got quite some issues to discuss. So, Sean Tembo, first of all, I'm sure some of you have watched the video that was circulating on social media, it was even on traditional media, where the Ministry of Home Affairs came out to clarify the incidents that happened during the nomination of PEP president and his running mate, Sean Tembo. PEP president, who was, PEP presidential candidate, Engineer Katotowe, and his running mate, Sean Tembo. I'm sure you have seen that video. And I want to tell you that Sean Tembo and his running mate, they are liars. Sean Tembo, uliwabu fichi Sean Tembo, uliwabu fichi Sean Tembo. Chi Sean Tembo, uliwabu fi. I mean, you cannot be lying like that with all that stature that you have. With all that stature that you have, with all the credit that you claim, and you just go and look at the cameras and lie. But mulibabu fi, Sean Tembo liwabu fi. Can't understand. I can't understand. Ukwisa bepe charo chance at yo, the registrar of society, they have changed my political party into a church. It was a lie. Let this go far and wide. Let this go far and wide. Sean Tembo was lying. He was lying. Ngamwachi mwanachi Sean Tembo mailu mukachebe uliwabu fi. Uliwabu fi chuma umechabu fi. Tase bushena nguma politics kutambokula bepa fi. Mwambo ukunyobu akunya. Sorry, ni tambokula ndakwati nitwanikane, but chibembecho. Chibemba. That's how my father used to say. When you are talking and he doesn't believe he said, and that is really the truth about Sean Tembo. That's the truth about the Sean Tembo. I mean, ubufi. Ukwisa bepe chalo chonzati yo. Now chinja political party yet number. They are saying it's a change. It's a lie. The guy was lying. Chishon Tembo di chabu fi. Ine mukala pita mone mbezi sometimes. Uwabepa fila so. Ine mukala pita mone mbezi, but I'm telling you, atayari aleteka so. Ishinevo kumifisa ine mukala pita mone mbezi. Nkaleta nefikoti because umuntu wafilia alingo kumulopo nefikoti in Muhiro Stadium mwaita abantu ero mwamulopo nefikoti mwamulambalika panchu kumulopo nefikoti sana so that abantu bamwenako. Abantu babufi, they need to be embarrassed. So Sean Tembo, I mean, that lie, I don't know. Shibaka pokola tapariko, tapariko ntwanikane, mupino kodienu muleta kuliko ka something, abana waba. Abana waba. Wananikane wa TikTok nabo. Na TikTok na ya we. Abapele fish na randa pusha kwa chanchan. Fish na randa. Problem why AI try to speak Bemba. AI will run the chibemba. Ala? Ule turekera fwebe ne fweba Bemba tureran. Babi ke fiman ke fima AI free run the chibemba. Chile unfofin bifi apape na tiyo. You are threatening violence. Ndela ndokuro pola Sean Tembo. That's what I'm talking about. That is not threatening violence. When a person lies, I'm talking to the AI. He's trying to provoke me. When a person is lying like Sean Tembo, such a person should be brought in public. Ukumuka pefi koti. You should look at that because the Registrar of Societies never told Sean Tembo that your party has been changed into a church. But the Registrar of Societies therefore vamwevere Sean Tembo. But Sean Tembo lied. Vakapokola relation pwapo na imwe vasabaira kusabaira ati yo it's not democracy. Muyaila fati no, it's not democracy. Umuntu nga bamufyanta ngalebe pe fyabufya lese fya kulondoloka. You don't complain. Democracy does not tell people to lie. Yes, in politics there are no morals, but you cannot be blatantly misleading the masses. And this thing went far and wide. It went far and wide. This guy he even wrote to Donald Trump. He has even written to Donald Trump. What nonsense is this? What nonsense is this? You are even writing to other people. Lies. Today, Katoto we achwana pananikane power voice of Shan. Uyuntu anikane Katoto. Umfwen. This is very serious because it is taken seriously by people out there. Katoto we achiva pananikane.
Tell me, how did it happen that
this is Voice of America?
Party,
listen,
that participated in the last general election as a political party all of a sudden has become a religious organization or a church? Some people jokingly say perhaps you should go to church and sing praises to God because you are now a church body. What say you?
Thank you, Peter. Thank you. It's you can laugh like
it's
and yet it's a grave issue.
Look.
It's a tragic issue, Peter. You can't have a society where government, documents that are held by government. If the custody of our documents by government of the Republic of Zambia can be tampered with, reclassifying a political party to ministry and preaching, because you want to bar, Engineer Chanda Katoto from competing in this year's general elections together with his running mate, Mr. Sean Tembo. It shouldn't be like that.
You see? Have you seen the nonsense?
It's crime.
Have you seen the
Crime.
nonsense?
There's no way of
Chanda Katoto is saying it's a crime.
And it's criminal.
It's criminal.
Acts perpetrated at a high level.
At the high level. Our African Baba, they must be arrested. I'm telling you, our African Baba, they must be arrested. Our African Baba, they must be arrested. Yeah. They must be arrested. Our Sean Tembo, they must be arrested. So that by Voice of Africa, by Voice of America, they should hear that these fools were actually lying. They should hear that these fools have been arrested for lying.
What happened really is that they tampered with the records at the Registrar of Society.
Listen, that nonsense.
Which was under Ministry of...
But it's not true. It's not true. This guy, whatever they are saying, whatever this guy is saying, it's not true. It's not true. They are just lying. They were lying. What basically happened, I have put the video, it is on my page, I've posted it. What basically happened is that Sean Tembo failed to find or failed to bring the original Secretary General who was on the Registrar of Societies records. Sean Tembo failed to find, for whatever reason, Dimbibalila kakaita chilata chakwata amano Sean Tembo. Dimbibalila kachaka kwa chadi fulungana na Sean Tembo. Dimbibalila ka, but the fact is that he failed to find the Secretary General who was on the record of the Registrar of Societies, by the name of Johnny Handavu. Johnny Handavu. The original the original Secretary General of PEP as a party, the original Secretary General of PEP as a party is Johnny Handavu. According to the records that are at the Registrar of Society, Johnny Handavu is the Secretary General. But I don't know what happened. I'm sure Bari Lakana Sean Tembo, because Sean Tembo, you can't. Unless you are not proper. Because you cannot relate with Sean Tembo for a long time. I mean, I know the guy. You cannot. Kupusana. So I'm sure you Johnny Handavu, Bari Pusana na Sean Tembo. And Sean Tembo, number, the nominations, according to the rules now, they must be signed by the Secretary General and the President. But he failed to locate this, or he failed to approach this Johnny Handavu for Johnny Handavu to sign the adoption certificate. So what did Sean Tembo do? Sean Tembo went and appointed this lady, surprisingly, she's a namesake to Mayowa Esther ku South Africa, at Esther Lungu. This lady, Esther Lungu, this is the person that Sean Tembo wanted to sign an adoption certificate. Actually, she even signed. So when they went to ECZ, when they went before ECZ, the person that had signed the adoption certificate, it was Esther Lungu. And yet, the Registrar of Societies, the person that is supposed to be there is Johnny Handavu. And so there was confusion there. And that is how they were sent to the Registrar of Societies. ECZ, Electoral Commission of Zambia, were even very patient, because they told them, you go and resolve this matter and come back later. So when Sean Tembo went to the Registrar of Societies, they actually interacted, and Sean Tembo failed to change the records, because to change the records at the Registrar of Societies, there are rules. You don't just go, you don't just write a kaleta on a tissue, tissue, and you take to the Registrar of Societies to say, change the records. It doesn't happen that way. It doesn't happen that way. That is how even some of us, Economic and Equity Party, it is because of those rules. Those rules are very strict. You don't just change office bearers. You don't just change like that. No. There are rules. They follow the law to change the records at the Registrar of Societies. That is why even myself, there have been people that no, I want to go and change the record at societies. And they were fading. They were fading. They have been fading because of the stringent rules that are there. So Sean Tembo wrote a letter on a tissue, alemba no kutwalira wa Registrar of Societies to say, no, I want to change right now. I want you to remove Johnny Handavu and put this woman, Esther Lungu. And the Registrar of Society said, yes, Bwana, we have no problem. But can you follow the law? And Sean Tembo said, no, that is too late. It will be too late. I want to change it now. Change it. He was behaving as if, they are changing CV yakwe. No. Ama records yaku Registrar of Societies, you don't change them. Like a CV, just because you have attended a workshop. You have attended a workshop and you change. Why change? No, attended a certificate for a workshop for 30 minutes. No, you don't change it like that. You don't change like that. You need to follow the law. And Sean Tembo failed by himself. Realizing that he has failed, he went back to Mlungushi and he told people lies that, our records have been changed. The records have not been changed. They have been maintained according to the way Sean Tembo registered his political party Though, of course, he had included in there that some of the services that you'll be doing is preaching. Himself included that. Himself included that. So he was lying. He was lying. Muka chebe Sean Tembo ule kobu fi. Ule kobu fi. Uli wabu fi. Yeah? Wakapokola, you should take interest because, you know, these guys, they are going around. China pananikari. Pa Voice of America. Chilele mbada nama karata. Kuri Trump ukwande whatever. Just messing up our country. Nonsense. Nonsense, people. Therefore, if you want to feel so kuchikapa mu public. Kuchikapila mu public. Mwachi minika. Bula mwino utari bula mwachi bende. Kuchikapa. Abantu bamona kono kumona kwa ya. Ina nadishwa mkambotere. But nchakale chitatoloreta ma nonsense haya. Nchakale chitama. Democracy should be there. But not kind of this nonsense. Where you just blatantly lie. And you put our country now to be discussed to say, you know, the records are being changed. Chirefu aiko kuchikapa chi Sean Tembo. Chirefu aiko kuchikapa. Elo ni chingwele chimambala chiria. Ni chingwele. Ngawachi kata kome parono ni ishicho. Chambo kufenta mwaspuna nkade. Masero. Vivandu vimwevi. Sean Tembo ni chingwele. Bad kind. Ni chingwele. Chiratina masero chirachimuntu. Ngabachingishavi ni ishicho chafenta purukutu. Elo wambo kula chisenda finumba kirikiti. Politics they have the politics they have. Not to cry courage mureranda ngabakukonka ngabakonga wa formula kwati ni ntwanikane kwati ni baluni balasa mopini. Chave chira chimuntu ava kapokora muchikonge chimuntu ichi muchikonge so that news can go. Don't worry about this nonsense of that. Oh no, democracy. People should know that it's chimuntu chalevepa. You cannot be lying against the public servants like that, against our institutions like that. Chirefu aiko chikata Sean Tembo. Loreshan papino kodi wino shape because that was nonsense. Yeah. It brings me now to the issue of Vamdala wa Xavier Chungu. Vamdala wa Xavier Chungu ine mwandi naleva pepa. Xavier Chungu naleva pepa. Hey. Awe naleva pepa. I used to venerate that man. That man had so much respect because, you know, by that time I was young. I was, you know, a youth, you know, and the credit to him. I mean, credit to him. Let's give credit where it is due. But Xavier Chungu led one of the most effective intelligence in our country. Let's give him. That is a time to ishibeba shushushu. Ba shushushu badini ba shushushu imwe. Badini ba shushushu. Shushushu ya kwa Chungu. Awe hadini shushushu. Awe uko kwena kwa nshamtarike. Shushushu ya kwa Chungu ya hadini shushushu imwe. Kwa li ba shushushu. Namba shina nshikutama wa shana ba shushushu. Those days, everybody wandalama ba shushushu. Shushushu ifilo kwa tendalama. That's a fact. Shushushu ifilo kwa tendalama. Ba shushushu ifilo kwa tendalama. Shushushu. Intelligence is about gathering information. That's all. Intelligence is about gathering information. You should be effective in gathering information. But truth be told, gathering information costs money. Gathering information costs money. You know, I'm telling you, some of these things. Gathering information costs money. And whatever shushu bali kweto rupia. Whatever shushu bali ya. Nga wakumana na shushu. Wamu wepa kofi obufi. Apaso nomba chala baso. Apaso shan. Elo valley everywhere. Valley everywhere. Valley everywhere. But of course I don't want to talk carelessly kwa tini wa Chungu. pandikuturekondemo muno naye wayingiramu but bali very effective balaba shushushu bali very effective. Some of us we know very well bali very effective bashushu and they used to look after people. They used to look after people. Wena amaslay queens mule bomfyafye mule fyadisha bena bali abashushushu batabale fyadisha bali abale sunga amaslay queen just for information bali basunga amaslay queen bale amaslay queen bale yakuli bambi to gather information. Nomba yiri kwe imwe ni mule yabaslay queen abanenu baslay queen bale babomfya to get information. They were sending them to people to lure people so that they get information. Nomba shireba tibashushushu ndela ndakofya ababa mubuteko balikwapa bena eba lady. Anyway, so yeah, they are very effective. However, what Xavier Chungu has been saying is very dangerous. And you know, when I heard his podcast and I sat on the edge because you don't know what next this man might reveal. You don't know. You don't know what next this man might reveal. He was quite careless. I have no issue with Xavier Chungu contesting as president. I have no issue. The issue is that, my problem is that Xavier Chungu, he concentrated his interview or his political campaign on his job. And he was talking like he is in the job. He was not talking really like a man that was there, 26, 27 years ago. No. He was talking like he is actually there. And he was devouring information that is sensitive to our country and to our partners. That is my problem. But Xavier Chungu was devouring information that he shouldn't have, dared to discuss. That is my problem. And look, I know that some of you may not appreciate this. So what I did, I got some excerpts from that interview so that muyumfuile, For example, I'm going to go there are a few points that I picked up. Number one, for example, he started by talking about his appointment, how he was appointed. He started discussing his podcast on how he was appointed. And when he was talking about how he was appointed, he basically said something that was quite implicating for a person that is a former Director General of Intelligence. You see, he is disclosing to say this is what happened in cabinet. Now, some of you may not realize cabinet discussions are classified. So even if you are not there and somebody comes and starts telling you, oh, this is what happened in cabinet, and you carelessly discuss it, you can be indicted for it. How do you know? Because cabinet deliberations are classified. So when Xavier Chungu is as a former Director of Intelligence, when he's talking, he ought to know that he doesn't have to discuss what happened in cabinet. He may have had the privilege to know, or somebody may have told him to say, this is what happened in cabinet. But for him, as a former Director General of Intelligence, he ought to know better not to discuss whatever would have been discussed in cabinet. It doesn't matter how long ago it was. Cabinet information is classified. And I know some of you don't know this. And some of you casually discuss, hey, cabinet. You can only discuss what they bring out, because after cabinet, usually they give cabinet briefings. That is what you can discuss. But listen to Xavier Chungu. Here.
How do you manage like that transition?
You know, I worked for the system.
Right.
I was a young officer and growing up in ranks. I didn't work for KA. So
Okay.
I was among the general corps, the general staff.
Mm.
Yes, I was not one of the top leadership. So the only government I've worked for, the Zambian government. It wasn't Dr. Chiluba who found me and picked me.
Listen.
Right. Okay. I think when the team, the MMD team, the executive team, got into office, each and every one of them had a file or names to submit for the job of Director General. And amongst themselves, I think they all presented the names. And somewhat, I don't remember. I think it was each and every one of them had a file or names to submit for the job of Director General. And amongst themselves, I think they all presented the names. And somewhat, I don't remember. I think it was late BY and
Listen.
Mwanga
Even discussing
who tried to
names.
submit my name.
Not good.
And actually turned down the offer. I turned it down. Yes, and the reasons are not, I think, for this interview. But I turned down the offer. But in the cabinet, when it was reported that I turned down the offer, the late President Michael Chiluba, he actually threw his folders in front on the table and declared that he was for this name and he was going to pick this name. This name must take this job. And, you know, the attitude of our late president, he called me about 23:30. Yeah, I was
famous
in
for that, yeah.
I was in Ndola and I was in charge of Ndola. And that moment, because we were all waiting for appointment, so we had time to relax. So that moment I was sleeping. And he said, you must come to Lusaka now.
Now?
Yes. Yes.
At 23 hours?
Yes.
In Ndola?
Yes. He said,
And he called you on a landline?
yes. And I said, come to Lusaka now. And I said, Honorable Minister, sir, I'm sleeping with...
I'll leave that. But you hear, he's discussing how he was picked. And he's discussing what was discussed in cabinet. Long time as it may be, yes, we do acknowledge it's long time. My point is, you don't discuss what was discussed in cabinet. Cabinet information is classified, especially when you are talking about, you know, the how a director general of intelligence is picked. So he may have had, somebody may have told him, but it was not right for him to be discussing this on radio. No, it's not. Especially him. I may have, you know, the leeway to talk like that. As a politician, I can talk like that. You know, I'm not a public servant. When you are a public servant, you are a public servant forever. You are a public servant, even in your grave, you are a public servant. You are a civil servant. You civil servants, you ought to know this. You are a civil servant until, even in your grave, even in your grave, you are in the grave, kulianga twakumana mu grave ya dimulia. You must perform as a civil servant. Na mumanda niwe civil servant. If you had sworn an oath. That oath goes with you, nakumanda. You still have to continue with it until it is lifted. So somebody like me who has never been in government can have a little bit of leeway to talk carelessly, but not a person like Xavier Chungu. So this was wrong. And what is actually worse about this is that, here Xavier Chungu clearly brings out Basata. And this is how unfortunate it is, because now we are even talking about Basata Fokale, because of Xavier Chungu, we have to bring up these issues for you to, and I'm doing this for you to get the gravity of the gravity of the carelessness of Xavier Chungu. Later on, he discusses that Basata is the one that pushed for him. He insisted that he should be the Director General. Okay, fine. Later on, Basata was accused of having stolen a vehicle here government. Basata was accused of having stolen a vehicle here government. And this, we are saying, after Basata came out of PF, after Basata came out of MMD, so Chiluba is gone, Mwanawasa comes in, and Basata had fallen out with Levi Mwanawasa, and so he ceased to be a minister. He was no longer working for government. But Basata retained a vehicle, a GX, for some time. He was just using that GX. And because he was not in government, and he had a government property, he was arrested. Basata was arrested and he stayed in prison for 40 days, which he was always talking about it. He was incarcerated for having kept a vehicle, a government vehicle, when he was no longer a government worker. This case went to court, and Xavier Chungu came and testified to say, no, the vehicle was given to him because he was a friend of the intelligence. He was a friend of the intelligence. And that is how Basata was released. The issue is, now, when I was listening to him, I'm thinking to say, is it why he gave Basata a vehicle? He gave Basata a vehicle because Basata rooted for his appointment. You see, was it quid pro quo? Basata did him a favor and he did Basata a favor. Was it like that? You see? I hope you understand. He gave a testimony, and now, after his interview, me, who back then followed the issues, I was thinking to say, oh, maybe that's why he gave Basata a vehicle, a government vehicle. Basata is long gone, and I wish not to discuss more about that, but I hope you understand that some of these utterances can be very dangerous. There is another utterance which Ababa Mdala brought out, delicate again. This one.
You must sit with the president and let him know that he will get information from you, not from him. If he wants you to investigate something, he must give you the reasons.
He must give you reasons?
Yes. Because if reasons are personal, you must sit with the president and say, no, you are no longer the individual. You are the president for everybody. And so when you ask about an individual, the issues are very personal, and we cannot endeavor as an institution.
So the way instances you said no to certain requests,
You
because they were
have,
personal?
look, let me give you one example.
Listen.
I'm 6 months old in the office, and all I get every day is information from MMD cadres. Sir, there's this. The president wants this. Sir, there's this. I sat down and I asked the president. I sat down with the president. Says, I think my job is to run the intelligence, not to be run by MMD security. If the MMD security elements have got information, now is the system government. Because all that information should never come to the president and should never come to me. Not even to me as DG. They come from formations in Lusaka or Chingola or Mazabuka. They are officers who are operating in those areas. That's where that information coming from, right from the chief of security of the party into the cadres. They should never report to the president. Now the president should tell them all information must be reported to there. Because by and large, the information from the security system of the party is to scandalize others, to destroy others, to fight others. It's not realistic. So to stop that, I told the president one day, is it possible you can tell Honorable Kelly Walvita and his team to be reporting to the...
You hear that? You hear what he's saying is true. I agree with him that cadres, we are going to the president to report this, and then I'm sure the president would talk to him to say, no, the cadres are reporting this and whatever. And he's saying, no, these people should be reporting to the structures of the intelligence, not coming to you. Which point is all right. The problem that I have, he brings in a name. I told the president that, is it possible you can tell Kelly Waluvita? You see? Now, again, if you go back, whatever this man was talking with the president was classified. Whatever he was talking was classified. The job of an director of intelligence interacting with the president is not something that you come and discuss on the podcast. No, you don't come out as a director of intelligence and start devouring the information on what you discussed with the president. That was careless. That was careless. And more importantly, he brings in a name. I told the president, is it possible you can tell Kelly Waluvita? Now, here we are. How will Kelly Waluvita defend himself? Those of you who are saying, no, hey, this is not, hey, it is whatever, which aren't busy because by opposition, anyone who is saying anything against the government, he's your friend. But what kind of leaders are you? You also want to go into government. And you must be responsible. You must show responsibility. So anyone who says something negative about the government, you are clapping. But surely, is it right for this man to be discussing the conversation that he had with the president and drawing in names? How will Bakeli Waluvita defend himself? Because basically, this is an accusation on Bakeli Waluvita. This is an accusation on Bakeli Waluvita that Bakeli Waluvita was running a parallel intelligence whereby they were talking to the president directly. They were giving the president intelligence information. Surely, any reasonable person would agree that this is not right. How will Bakeli Waluvita defend himself? How? So should Bakeli Waluvita also go on a podcast and start discussing this? Where are we going? Where are we going? So this man was being careless. He was being careless, and he should not be allowed. And civil servants, they ought to learn that this is wrong. This is a crime on their part. This is being against the government. This is being against the government. If you go out and you start devouring information, of the government, that is espionage. I don't know if I'm correct. But this is wrong. This is wrong. If you don't see anything wrong, then you are a wrong person yourself. You are a wrong person yourself. Then this man went on to talk about the tunnels. The revealing of the tunnels. Listen to what he said. I want you to appreciate that this man being picked by the police, it is not political witch hunt. No, it is not. It is not. And surely, if you are a patriot, you should not support what Xavier Chungu is doing. Be it that he's in politics, he's the presidential candidate, but you cannot base on your campaign on the job that you are doing. Listen to what he says. Come on, this is wrong. This is on the tunnel.
In line with that as well. And you being the Director General of the Intelligence Services in Zambia, there was something that was secret in this country for so many years until one day we have an announcement on the TV, on the main news, sorry. Tunnels have been discovered under
TV.
Well, same thing.
Yeah.
Tunnels have been discovered under State House. Why were those things made public? Aren't those supposed to be safeguards for a president in times of trouble?
I'm sorry about it. It's a pity that these things, like I'm saying, us Zambians, we must begin to be patriotic. We must begin to be ourselves. We must begin to respect our country. You know, we must begin to be together and consult amongst ourselves. There's not one country in this world that doesn't got security systems for its presidency. No. And I'm sorry that overzealousness was quite loud among the new ministers in the cabinet of the Movement for Multi-Party Democracy. Despite being the Director General of Intelligence, you don't just endeavor into state houses for the presidency. I've got my own offices as the Director General, but however, you take stock, and I did do take stock, and I think that institution was perfect. To tell you the least, it even survived or helped our liberation movement leaders so well.
The tunnels.
Yes. But leave it alone. It has to exist. It has to exist, and it has to exist. If not, it has to be improved, and it has to exist.
I think the public in that instant felt like it was a distraction to hide.
The first mistakes the MMD made in the first 6 months. So it was not there was nothing about.
So he comes out there, he's criticizing the government that he worked for. He is criticizing the government that he worked for. Again, for you civil servants, you ought to know this. If you are in government, you are a civil servant. Decisions are being made. You cannot, even no matter how long it takes, it is not for you to start to come back and start saying that was a mistake that the MMD made. This man was a director of intelligence. Whatever was done, he is bound by it. He is bound by those decisions. And he was not a politician then. Now he's a politician. Unfortunately, much as he is a politician, he will not go back and start discussing what happened when he was in government. No. You can't. You can't be part of what is happening in government. And when you leave government, you use whatever information that you had and start, using it for your political campaign. You can't. You can't do that. You can't do that. So it was wrong. It is not for Xavier Chungu to come out there and start, accusing people they were overzealous. This was the first mistake of MMD. He can't do that. He can't do that. Imagine if Chuluba was alive today. How would he feel that his own director of intelligence is devouring this kind of information? Why didn't he resign? If Xavier Chungu felt that what government did was wrong, and if at all he wanted to discuss it, maybe, but he cannot. He would have just resigned. But today, to come back and start talking like that, it is wrong. And I'm saying this for the benefit of also other civil servants. You need to know that when you are working in government, you cannot go on a public forum and start discussing government like the way Xavier Chungu is doing. It's wrong. Another issue, therefore, I picked up some of the issues. Another issue, which he talks about, you know, and then he's bragging about how he was a spy in this country and whatever. You don't discuss that. I mean, you just don't do that. Eh? Hey, listen to this.
I get for now 6 months.
6 months?
I did
6 months.
34 months. Every other 6 months I had to go. And eventually it looked like we had finished the matters and there was nothing anymore. And obviously everybody had said now it's enough is enough.
So he's talking about his arrests afterwards.
So the Monday I came out of prison, which was the final time that I was told, no, I think things are all closed. I didn't believe that things were all closed. I didn't believe it. Because I hate again, they were beginning to create another case for me because they really wanted to make me go, break down. So that's why I decided, let me just leave the country.
So where did you go?
I went out of the country.
Yeah, we know that.
We know that. You know how I traveled. I went to Congo, and I took my flight from the Congo. I went to South Africa.
Okay.
And then from South Africa, my friends took me into Rwanda. I spent 2 weeks, and I was out of Rwanda because I think Rwanda, the institution was not very friendly.
Listen.
Not
was
that
Kagame president then?
Yes.
Listen.
The thing was.
Kagame was there? Yes.
And
Kagame is still
the late
president.
President Dr. Levi Mwanawasa had some link with Kagame.
You hear
through
that?
A certain friend of his. And I think at that moment, the relationship between President Kagame and Dr. Mwanawasa was quite warm. So I took off and I went to Kenya, where I stayed for almost 6 months.
Great.
Wasn't your passport taken at this point?
Listen.
They had taken the passport, of
Listen.
course, but I had another passport.
You
I'm
hear?
just coming out of
Intelligence.
You hear?
trying to be an intelligent.
How many passports did you have?
Doesn't matter. Don't worry about it, sweetheart.
Well, yes, that's true. You know what? You have to be able to travel to any country anytime you want, but probably you avoid using the passport you used yesterday to go to here, so that at least there's some,
Balance there.
Yes, but cover up of.
Some passports don't have certain stamps
Absolutely.
that other passports do.
Yes.
I see.
Yes. So I.
What was that day like when you left?
Thank
That's what I was understanding.
God that I had a passport. It was a Friday, 1st May.
So, you see this guy. You see, I mean, honestly, this is why I'm disappointed with Xavier Chungu. I thought he's more intelligent than this. How do you casually discuss, I left Zambia, I escaped Zambia. From here, I crossed into Congo. Yeah, I crossed into Congo. My friends picked me from Congo, and then from Congo, I flew to South Africa. From South Africa, I went to Rwanda, and in Rwanda, I couldn't stay because in Rwanda, Kagame had a good relationship with Mwanawasa, and then I went to Kenya, then I went to Seychelles. How were you moving? I had many passports. Yeah? Imwe. You can go on a podcast, on a public forum. You start disclosing to say you had many passports. Eh? You think, is that okay? Eh? That this man possessed many passports. It doesn't matter. According to our laws, and according to what we know as a public, we all ought to have one passport, not many passports. We all have to have one passport. So yes, his job would have necessitated such, because of course laws are made, but you know there can be some exceptions, whatever, when you are in the job. But it is preposterous of you, it is naive of you to come and discuss it, to come and disclose it in public. So when you hear that Wakapokola balese chakunganda, I mean, you shouldn't be surprised, because this man called for it. He called for it. Because even now, the intelligence, the security system, now they are wondering to say, hey, how many passports does he have now? Eh? They are wondering, what does he have? He himself called for this. He called for this. That is why the police are searching. That is why the police are questioning him. He himself was devouring information that is not supposed to. He was being too careless. So, my brothers and sisters, let's be real. Let's be real. Even when we are criticizing the government, we must be real. We must be real. Eh? And then there is another issue which is very, very dangerous. This one. Listen. Listen to this.
Commons community. I'm the one who presented them and recommended them first before presenting them. Yes.
Good Lord.
I've helped countries like the Congo today, you know, to change their political leadership.
Listen.
Yeah. Not that I was part of the coup, but
have you heard that?
you know.
Have you heard this man? I've helped other countries to change their leadership. And he says, not that I was part of the coup. Imwe. I mean, let's be serious, guys. Let's be serious. Eh? Let's be serious. I mean, is this man, when I'm saying, is a danger?
Okay.
Eh?
I'm part of the change of politics in Malawi.
Listen, I
recommended
listen.
them first before
Before.
presenting them. Yes.
Good Lord.
I've helped countries like the Congo today, you know, to change their political leadership.
Yeah.
Not that I was part of the coup, but you know,
Also
now
doing it
please.
fair. Also
I'm
doing
part
it
of
fair.
the change of politics in Malawi, from
Politics in Malawi.
the Banda into the new democratic leadership. I've done quite a lot in the region. For instance, the Lusaka protocols of Mozambique, I played a major role. There was a stalemate, and my counterpart called me to help resolve the matter, and the opposition, who were rejected for a long time, I sat with them for just about an hour, and they were calling for signing.
What do you think happened to the
Listen.
late former president in Malawi? Do you think that was just an accident?
Former
Listen.
president of
Sorry, vice president.
It's not an issue that I know much about, but I know that it was a fake accident. It was a bad accident.
Imwe.
It was a fake
It
accident.
was a bad accident. Let's put it this way. It's not.
Imwe. Honestly, Mwevantu, did you hear this man? Eh? I helped other countries to change their leadership. Eh? And then he's asked a question. This is very important, Mwevantu. This is an active case in Malawi. Listen.
Do you think that was just an accident?
Former president of
Sorry, vice
Listen.
president. What happened to the late former president in Malawi? Do you think that was just an accident?
Former president of
Sorry, vice president.
It's not an issue that I know much about, but I know that it was a fake accident. It was a bad accident.
It was a fake
It
accident.
was a bad accident. Let's put it this way. There's nothing fake. He died.
Yes, he did.
You see? This is an active matter. This is a former intelligence general. And he's asked, what do you think about what happened to the accident of former Vice President Silos Chilima in Malawi? What do you think? And the man goes, it was a fake accident. This is an active case in in Malawi. It is an active case. Silos died like yesterday. Malawans are still grappling with this. And we have our former director of intelligence making a careless statement like that to say that was a fake accident. Anyway, honestly, guys, come on. Let's be real. Let's be genuine. Let's be genuine. This man is a danger to himself and to the country. No. This man, he said something else here.
Yeah, so it was a bad accident. Yes, I don't think they say we're going to rig. Maybe there'll be attempts. I don't know.
Listen.
The man in the office can.
For office is a very expensive exercise.
Yes.
Who's funding you?
Not yet.
Not your what?
Not yet. I've not been funded by anybody. I just don't think this year we're going.
You are the one with the machinery.
Yes, I don't think this year we're going to rig. Maybe there'll be attempts. I don't know what they're doing. The man in the office can rig. Yes, if they want to, if they're determined, and people have tried, but they have failed. The only opposition which has tried to rig, and this I can say, is our friends in power today. Southern provinces are not election time. Basically, just control everything. So whatever's transpired there, it has never been counter-checked by anyone. It's a weakness on the part of the government which was in office, and we understand the problem with the government that was in power before. But it's not this time anymore.
This one.
Have you heard of a company called Nikuv?
The Israeli team.
I'm not going to comment on that one. I hope namu yumfuira mwevede. I hope namu yumfuira. Awe. Wamdala wa Chungu.
Community.
Yeah?
I'm the one who presents.
Listen.
Way involved in that.
Running for office is a very expensive exercise.
Yes.
Who's funding you?
Not yet.
Not your what?
Not yet. I've not been funded by anybody. I just don't think this year we're going.
You are the one with the machinery.
Yes, I don't think this year we're going to rig. Maybe there'll be attempts. I don't know what they're doing. The man in the office can rig. Yes, if they want to, if they're determined, and people have tried, but they have failed. The only opposition which has tried to rig, and this I can say, is our friends in power today. Southern provinces and Ogo area during election time. Basically, just control everything. So whatever's transpired there, it has never been counter-checked by anyone. It's a weakness on the part of the government which was in office, and we understand the problem with the government that was in power before. But it's not this time anymore.
You hear? Then there is another issue. I'm sure you have gotten a feel of what I've been talking about. Then there is this one. Let me end on this one. There are a number of
country when I was very young, but when it began to grow, I was already exposed. So I was no longer scared of anything, you know. And when you go into spying, has got definite.
He's bragging about spying.
When you're going out to the country, you have a specific task to perform. If you're going to stay as a diplomat or as an operative in that foreign country, maybe you have to begin to dramatize yourself so that you become part of the society, community. But if you're going in for a day, those are the bad ones. Because you're going in for a day to meet somebody and come out. Those tend to be scary if you're not very careful.
Which brings me to my next question. When you go to a foreign country, genuinely for vacation, and they happen to know that the Director General for Intelligence for a different country is in here, do you have to tell them? Do they follow you around? What is that like?
Well, you've got bilateral relations with countries, huh? And if you're going to a friendly country, you have to notify them that you'd love to enjoy a holiday in their resorts in some good places. Normally they'll pay you courtesy, and sometimes they will even bargain. So when you're going there for holiday, it must be for holiday. Yes, but if you're going into countries that have no bilateral relationship with you, that's when you use that passport I was telling you.
Yes, that
Yeah,
one. Yeah.
so they don't know you, you're an innocent person, that's all.
But then that means the intelligence is terrible.
Oh,
if
that's,
they don't know you.
No. There's always a flaw to everything, huh? And it's up to the way you behave. If I'm going to behave like a suspicious manner, they will try and follow me quickly.
Yeah.
Yes, but if I'm going in as a holiday and I'm free, they will check and say, it's not the one. The name, no, it's not the one. Leave him alone. If they suspect, they will stay around with me and I'm just having my own wine. They'll come and join you. How are you sad? You like our country? You tell them how beautiful it is.
Yeah.
And then if they want to, put them together and enjoy a wine with them.
Which country do you feel has got the best intelligence in the world?
Listen,
Well, everybody says Israel.
imagine.
They did not see October 7 coming.
No, complications are beyond us.
Although I have my own.
Wait a minute. You see, like that question, which country do you think has got, the best intelligence? This man, he is a former director general of intelligence. These are not things that he should be discussing. These are not things that he should be discussing on a podcast. But look, carelessly, he's discussing. Listen to him.
They did not see October 7 coming.
No, complications are best
intelligence in the world.
If
they don't know you.
No. They suspect, they will stay around with me and I'm just having my own wine. They'll come. You like our country? You tell them how beautiful it is.
Yeah.
And then if they want to, put them together and enjoy a wine with them.
Which country do you feel has got the best intelligence in the world?
Well, everybody says Israel.
They did not see October 7 coming.
No, complications are beyond us.
Although I have my own theories about October 7.
It could have been created in order to kill the multitudes.
Listen,
See, that's what my theory was.
The British are very good. The Germans,
British
the Europeans
are very good.
of most of them, because they actually operate as a community. But I love the British.
I love the British.
I love the Germans.
I love the German.
They have brought me up.
So you think it's the British?
The Americans are a bit cowboyish.
Americans are a bit cowboys.
The Indians are perfect. Chinese, you don't even ask.
You don't even know what they're called.
Yeah.
The Japanese, you don't know what the Secret Service is called. You know what I mean?
Yes. So anyway, this is very difficult for one to say the best is that and so.
Well, according to you.
Yes, according to me. According to me, that's all I can tell you. But I know that everybody of us, we've spoken about the Israelis. The only reason why I always would talk about the Israelis is that
That's the Mossad, right?
not yesterday, not these things which have happened yesterday. They don't go after nobody else other than the one who's committed crime. When it comes for instance, revenging, you know what I mean? And they've got information about almost everything that exists here on this planet. In our country, I know that they know Zambia very well, and pay attention to detail.
Which country has the worst intelligence?
Maybe Zambia today.
Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Did you hear that?
Zambia today.
Why would you say that though?
Because they pay attention.
Pay attention.
Which country has the worst intelligence?
Maybe Zambia today.
Yeah. West country with the West intelligence.
Zambia today.
Why would you say that though?
Because I know.
I mean, after running for 10 years.
Zambia today.
Yeah, Zambia today.
Zambia.
Don't doubt tomorrow it will be a different institution.
But tomorrow it will be a different situation.
Today, I think the institution has been allowed to sit back and the parallel system has been running. So I don't think I would comment that the parallel system has performed well.
All right. So if you were called to come and consult today with the current government, would you?
I've already been consulting with the current government. I've been trying to help this and that.
Okay.
And I've done my part. I've done my part, and whatever's gone wrong is not my problem. We can understand it's the system of administration.
Anyway, you can take your time to listen to the podcast, because you see, some of us, we like to argue without getting information, and many times our country, this is how we are misled. We like to just speak from emotions. You find that even in my comments, people, you write an article, you explain an issue, and the people will be busy, making comments without reading. In this instance, I spoke about this during the day, and some people were busy reacting, and this is why I decided to go back and get these excerpts so that I can play them here, because I know some of you were reacting to this without even listening, critically listening to the podcast. This man, like you have heard, if you don't find anything wrong in how this man was discussing, then there is something wrong with you. You must be ignorant about state security. You must be ignorant about statecraft. You must be ignorant about diplomatic relations that we have. What this man said, trust me, he has put our country in jeopardy, in a precarious situation with some of our diplomatic partners. What this man said, he has put our country in a very difficult situation with some of our diplomatic relations, because he's not just an ordinary man. He's not a Chilufatayali. Chilufatayali can be given some leeway, because Chilufatayali has never been in the security. Chilufatayali has never been in government. Not when you are talking about the director of intelligence of your country. Somebody saying this man, he was just responding to questions according to his opinion. No, Bwana. No, Bwana. No. When you are in his position, some of these opinions, you keep them to yourself. You cannot be a former director of intelligence and you start saying which country has got the best intelligence. Which country has the worst intelligence? And you say Zambia is the worst intelligence. You are on a podcast. And you go to discuss these matters in public like that. It was very reckless. It was very reckless. It was very careless. And surely this man, it would have been irresponsible, and it would be irresponsible for the government to let him loiter around and having this kind of interviews, because you don't know what next this man is going to say. I have not even watched the other interview that he had on TV. There is on one of the radio stations. I have not watched it because I was disappointed when I heard this one. I was disappointed, and I didn't want to be disappointed again by listening, to him devouring this kind of information carelessly. So I didn't listen to it. It was enough for me to listen to that podcast and judge this man, to say, hey, this man is a danger to himself and to the country. I'm opening phone lines. You can call in now and bring out your issues. Ati Gege Chimbi, you are very ignorant. You are very down. Stop being dramatic. You are a very down guy. You are a very down guy. If you don't see how careless this behavior of Chungu, you are very ignorant. You are very down. Very down. That man. I mean, you can't. You can't just be discussing things like that. It is one thing, like I'm insisting. It's one thing if you are discussing like somebody who has never been a civil servant, somebody who has never sworn an oath. You can have a certain, people can understand you a little bit. They can give you, they can tolerate you, Not a man like him. What he said about, about Congo. What he said about Malawi. I helped these countries. He was even discussing other countries' intelligence. No, the man was very careless. Hello? Mkwama wombeni.
Vatari vachungu varingeri kusunga until August after August.
I don't think even after August. I think somehow that man need to be kept. I don't know, but government really need to look at this man on how to prevent him from, making such utterances. I don't know.
It's dangerous to the nation.
No, it's very dangerous for real. Because some of the things that he said, as a country now, we have to explain ourselves. We have to explain ourselves.
Hello?
Hello? Hello? Hello?
Hello, good evening, Mr. Tadi.
Good evening.
Thank you. This is Chinyama.
Yes.
Yeah, what you are saying is true. Some people, you just say what is happening to their heads. Because it's like somebody who just goes and exposes his parents or his mother to say, my mother is the worstest mother in the world, or my father is the worstest father in the world. When you look at the man, you just said, does this man think to this one? Even if your father, even if your mother is the worstest person, you just try by all means to defend your mother or your father. So Mr. Chungu is 100%, not even 100%. Is more than 100%. Very, very wrong. You can't say those things.
No, you can't.
As an intelligent person, you can't do that. You can't do that. You put your country in danger. And when I listened to it, I just said, does the government even sure? Because you went under a vow. When you are under the vow, there are things which you can review and things which you can't review.
Yeah.
So thank you so much, my brother. Continue with the good work.
Thank you. Hello? Hello?
Good evening, President Ali.
Good evening.
Yes, you are very much right, President Ali. I want to also add my voice to what the big man has been saying. I think this man must be administratively detained. There's what we call preventive detention. Hello?
Yes, we are listening.
Yeah, so I'm saying there's what we call preventive detention to prevent him from causing more damage to the nation, because that man was serving as a very senior operative agent. So I think that's my contribution. I don't want to say much.
Thank you. Yakulisha position, yakulisha. Hello? 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 It's not that like others were saying no. Hello? 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 We're not network. So it's not, these others are busy. Hello? Hello?
Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
I don't know what time it is there, Mr. Tayari.
We follow Zambian time.
Yeah. We follow Zambian time?
Yes.
Okay, good evening to you.
Good evening, sir.
We say people when they grow old, that comes with wisdom. But it's unfortunate that with Mr. Chungu, what he has just said on his in that podcast, it's really dangerous. I don't know, maybe we can borrow from your word when we say that no politics there, man. Politics, no,
You are right. You are very right.
Yes, maybe he was just overzealous. He thinks that is politics. You go on and start exposing classified information.
Yes.
You go to the extent of talking to neighboring countries.
Yes.
Malawi, we are sharing the border with
Imagine.
them. The issue of that accident of Chirima happened, I think, some 3 years ago, if I'm not mistaken.
It's active, that issue.
As he was, to start uttering such nonsense.
No.
And what is he trying to portray? He comes out to say that no, our country has the West intelligence.
What is he saying?
Who does that?
On a podcast, honestly.
Who does that?
On a podcast, how would you go? How would you go and say that on a podcast?
No, he must be kept inside. And I think time for him to pay back for his sins that he committed during 1991 to 201 has come. Remember, this man was a fugitive after the scandal of the Zamtrop account. He managed to flee the country. He was a fugitive. When a friendly government came in, that was of Michael Chiukasata and Edgar Lungu, he came back to the country.
Yes.
But he is not being put on trial. So his mouth now
is dragging him into trouble. Yeah. And look, even hello?
Hello?
Hello.
Hello?
Yes. Good evening.
Mr. Chungu is a disappointment.
Big time.
Very big disappointment. When did he come back, this man? I thought he had run away a long time ago.
No, he came back. He came back after 2011. After 2011, remember
I'm disappointed.
Hello?
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 Mbuya, how are you?
You
My fellow freedom fighter.
you. No, me, I'm not a fellow freedom. You are not a freedom fighter. We are not in the same class. JJ and I, and JJ, you, and JJ and me, we are not in the same class. You are a liar, JJ. You are a liar. JJ, I don't like you. You can go to hell. Which diplomatic passport? Which diplomatic passport? You are in the bush, you. What are you talking about? Which diplomatic passport you have? Which diplomatic passport? You are lying. You at now, Simon is a girlfriend to somebody in State House. You are telling people that, honestly. There is no gayism in Zambia, but now Simon Mwawa is sleeping with a guy in State House. JJ, I mean, how can you possibly be saying such kind of things? No, JJ, you cannot be lying like this. Every day you are lying. Every day. No, I'm not in your class. I'm not with liars myself. You, JJ, You are a liar. You are a big liar. Oh, you are a big liar, JJ. Osati Boza. Get out. You are a useless guy, you. Boza. You like lying. Kambani. Kambani.
Okay. Uli bwanye mbuya.
Tieni uko kambani chabe. Ulifunza vivu. Tiyo kwa niwana nilipano nilibwino. Ala? Nilibwino.
Okay, vamada mwali bwanye.
Ndiye kupusa. Nzakujua. Nzakujua. Iwe chigiri. Nzakujua. I'll cut you. Iwe get out. Osati you might have to come down. Stop.
I can come. Hello?
Yes.
Manja boy mbele. Ine nifuna kujoin boy. Manja nina condition ni moja.
Yes.
Mbele. Na nifuna kujoin mbati nina condition ni moja. Mkataka terminate. Nifuna wa church basi ya satanism. Na nina nimjoin.
That is, you see, that nonsense. That nonsense. And you think, I mean, and this is what people are excited. No wonder President Dakainde Hichilema, this free education is very important. Because people are so naive. Hello? Hello?
Please don't entertain people like JJ. We're enjoying the program, and then people like JJ come on the live TV. It's disturbing us because we're enjoying this program. These are mad people. Did they even go to school this man? Does he know that he doesn't know how to speak English? Does he know? He's wasting our time on this program. Please do a.
Thank you. Hello?
Hello?
Yes.
Mr. Kai, how are you?
Fine. How are you?
I'm very fine. I've joined a little bit late. Obviously, I've missed most of the things that you've spoken about. However, I just want to find out about Mr. Tembo, Sean Tembo. So I came across a video where the man from Register of Society was saying that the details or the office bearers for that party.
Okay, my brother, listen. Let us. You just joined late, so I have spoken about that. It's one of the issues that I discussed first. So take your time. This will be online still, so you can listen to what I said. I did make comment on that. So let's not go back there. Hello?
Hello, Mr. Diary.
Yes. Good evening.
Good evening. I'm Wally Tembo from Mapinga South.
Yes.
Nakwenda pafanya jeje. Yanura amaningi fanya jeje. Jeje kwa president jeje. Wanamda kula chai. Wanawala kula because they have the na president. Exact kwa president. Chani mtu wa mimi. Hizi tete tuko na president. Exact tuko na president. Anambo funta jeje. Hello?
Yes, we are listening.
Because in economic thinker of Mosi, but the many things that many have. We should put the Lamuno and the Ramtenge, the Ramu. Government ended up the Amtenga Motu, and get them Jessica. But many Akita, Pakistan, every day. Every day, when I get to dinner, but whenever I feel the catch many of okay.
Thank
you.
Thank you.
So
Zikom.
if in the movie,
Zikom, hello?
Hello.
Hello?
Good evening, President Dad.
Good evening.
Am I live on the program?
Yes, you are.
Okay. So me, I just want to find out what will be the repercussion of the podcast going forward, knowing to say they were asking useless questions.
Well, they were not asking useless questions. According to them, the presenters of the podcast, I mean, they had a field day. You know, they asked according to what they knew would sell, and it is selling because look, we are discussing it, and their podcast is becoming even more famous. Now, even other countries will be hearing, will be looking, you know, for that podcast. So for them, I mean, for them, it's kudos. For the presenters of the podcast, it's kudos. The problem is our man who was answering to those questions, he would have been more intelligent, you know, in responding to those questions. But now he was excited. It's like they were drinking. It's like he was drunk. And then he's just releasing information.
And you know, one funny thing is that one of the presenters is a foreigner there, which is very scared for us now.
No, himself, he's a problem. I mean, forget about the guy, because you have to think of how many people are listening to that podcast worldwide. Forget about that guy, that one guy. Forget about him. Think of the millions of people across the globe who are listening to what this guy is saying, that Zambia has the worst intelligence in the world. Imagine. How patriotic is that? How patriotic is that? Hello?
hello.
Yes.
I just wanted to find out. I'm calling you from Seychelles.
Yes.
Did Chungu, how were his cases discharged? Was he cleared by the court? Because I remember he was a fugitive because the government, MMD government, was looking for him. So the other thing I want to discuss is just to say I'm very happy and I'm very sad. I'm happy that you have brought out all these issues that many people didn't even know. You knew them, but they were in Zambia. Many of them never got to know about these podcasts. But I'm very sad that Chungu could review all such things. And I hope that they are not going to release him. Have they released him?
I don't know.
Is a danger for preventive measure, like we had that there's a preventive arrest. That arrest should never release him. The next thing you go on radio, it will be disasters. The whole Africa, they will be laughing at us. I don't know what Malawi now is saying.
Imagine,
you know?
especially that one. That was a fake accident. Anyway.
So he says that he helped to bring in government. Which government? Is it
Congo?
He helped. Is it the current one in Malawi or the other one? For this Chakwera guy. You can imagine how damaging he can be.
This man. Anyway. No. That was very serious. No, that was very serious. It was very. You don't. You don't talk like that. And is a former head of intelligence. How will our current head of intelligence going to be trusted? Hello?
Hello, Mr. Tash.
Yes. Buena, Femana.
Okay, so, from Dara, what is that with Shatano? So, but if you are so from starting a statement, because of the nature of the job, I cannot divulge certain information.
As simple.
And then if you could no government, but libraries and all that stuff.
Imagine. Yeah?
I don't know if you watched the interview for you as president of PF, Chawinga. I turned up many program. I want to go ya then Kennedy, I got a woman from a question. I secret. I share what no. Because of the job, I cannot tell you certain things, but I'll tell you what's on the surface. No, I'm looking at such a senior person, but all over there, I think the white books that show who carry pictures are on that. So number two, but then you're going to start up to like start explaining itself to the country that have the
yes. You know, it has got serious consequences. One of the consequences is that, you know, intelligence information is not exclusive. You know, there is no country which is an island in terms of security. We coordinate with other countries in terms of intelligence and security. So when it comes to Zambia now, Zambia will be looked at, you know, with the, you know, not a clear lens, with doubt. The other countries, other security systems, they will be scared to share information with the Zambia somehow, like, these guys, you never know. You see, that is a problem.
You see, quite one I am a position that any like in that they were in what judge who question comment or something. So I am a position because of such careless statements. Some Zambians, they have that these people are not trustworthy.
Yes.
Because of certain things.
Yes. So now it has got repercussions. It has repercussions on our country. It has serious repercussions. Apart from explaining some of these situations, some of these situations now, Zambia would have to explain to say, but what about this? What about this? You know, intelligence information. Hello? Hello?
Hello, Batari.
Mkwai.
Chungulopo mkwai.
Mkwai.
I've got no words for what he has done. Opofenakma companies to but to sign NDAs.
You know?
Right? That is just an organization. You can go and open your mouth regarding national matters. And this is a spillage of what has been happening Kunmoko. If you never he's quiet. You are he's quiet. He thought he would get away with it. You know what I mean? I don't know, but so in other ways, he's trying to confirm that he knows how that person in Malawi died, right? Those are problems. He has created a problem for our country. So now we have to be thinking on our feet, because how are we supposed to cover up this, even if it were true? So I was part of the people that played an active role in changing government. Really?
Imagine. Imagine.
Those are problems. I don't know what fame he wanted, but he really needs to be put on a leash.
Yeah. You have described it well. He needs to be put on the leash. Yes.
No, he needs to be put on a leash. Because he doesn't understand the intensity of what he has done.
No. Even what
to come and address the nation that he to talk about security, intelligence. Really? No, this is more than embarrassing, Batali. Thank you so much for the good job that you're doing. But if anyone from the government is listening, they need to do something. They need to do something really fast. If he can go on national TV or a podcast and say that in public, imagine what he has been saying in private.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, this is a reckless guy that is just going around talking anyhow.
He is reckless, exactly. Exactly, Batayari. He is reckless. He needs to be put on a leash. And this goes as a warning to other people who are planning to do the same things. You cannot come and address the Republic of Zambia like that.
No, you
Ero
said
nangubane mi push ama questions, yeah. So you can say no because of the respect that I have for my job. I cannot answer anything like that. Even if he was really serious and if was somebody trustworthy, he should have asked for the questions in advance to say,
yes, yes, yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes. Eh? For a person of his stature,
I'm dumbfounded.
For the person of his stature, surely it would have been right to ask for the questions before he goes on the podcast.
Exactly.
Exactly. Because there are certain things. He cannot just talk freely. Even me, you can imagine in a panel, Ndasabaila. Since I left Zambia, I've been talking. But have you ever heard me discussing when I left Zambia, then I went to this country, then I went to whatever, then whatever. I can't.
On a shiny passport.
Imagine. There are certain things what you cannot say. You cannot say. But him, no. And then he kept on saying, there will be a change of government. There will be a change of government. The way he was talking about there will be a change of government, it was different from a politician saying, Zambians are against, they are upset with this government. Him, the way he was coming out, he was dangerously talking about there will be a change of government.
Exactly.
There will be a change of government.
Number, what are you planning in the background? What is cooking?
And even that presenter asked him to say, have you heard what he's saying? What are you saying? What do you mean?
Exactly.
But
no.
Meanwhile, he's boasting. Meanwhile, he's boasting to say he has helped other countries to change government.
If that's the caliber of leaders that we have, we're in problems.
No,
we're in problems. Thank you, but I can
Hello? Hello?
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening, thank you. Nachimbi esho wafure barorisha wa president weso wafure bamuno kwati Zambia teche. Don't run a country as if you are running a church. No. We need to preserve our country. Because now, maybe a good example I can give you is required to fear at no state Nairobi. But police because the police, Zambia, they are so much into going life. So our police, if you them be involved in social platform, you better check the information if we end the first. But the content situation. So the lesson, to picking a more lesson that we can learn as we move forward, if in Arista, because I want to have a so we need to be quick when dealing with certain things. Because the government is until our pen about Thank you.
Thank you. Hello? 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 Yeah, kafon kandina kena. Hello? Microphone also ngakapokea sana ma phone calls kala chita protest echo ndela njira na imwe guys ati mafumi yako kalupia tule rwalo notuma phone to akarotu twa washita kuka phone fili akalondorweki echo ndela ndi no problem mwako atana imwe some of you people. When I just say something that is negative, nishmwa tampako. Hey, are you really supporting Haka in the HM? Are you really supporting Haka in the HM? That is nonsense. I'm supporting Haka in the HM, Andy. I mean, for how long have I been supporting? So this nonsense of just nganamikwa sakofye nishmwa tampako ukulantinya. Hey, are you really supporting Haka? Even Haka in the HM, alafu aliko kumuchinkula kwa mdala ikata kwapa. Mdala mona kwapa. You destroy leaders if you are just going to be praising. Mufu avenda isa bepanolio sende imba fya ma praise. Sometimes if something is not okay, I should be able to point it out. That's what I believe in. Me, I don't believe in waikari lafye. Awe, shan you praise singer. Nefishwe uletasha. It is not good. It is not good. So you should get used to me. I'm supporting President Haka in the HLM, but certainly where I feel that President Haka in the HLM, I need to do something. I need to point it out. But anyway, that is not a topic for today. Today, not try the party Sean Tembo. Sean Tembo no bufuwako. Sean Tembo is a liar. Now baba mdala baba chungwa. If baba savaida, it's too much. And they are our opposition. They are busy supporting Chungu with whatever he said. Everyone, Shan, whatever. What Mamdala said is not. And I'm saying, the Bachunguine, I used to adore him. I used to adore Bachungu. And, but if you I'm very disappointed. I'm very disappointed with whatever he was saying. I'm very disappointed. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Hello, this is Akayali.
Yes, good evening.
If broadcasting falsehood like Sean Tembo has done cannot have somebody arrested.
Sorry?
That is more serious than what Sean Tembo has done. That is very serious. Accusing the Zambian government of having done something with his certificate when there is nothing that they did.
No, seriously.
There's democracy. But you should tell the truth.
No.
You should not spread the falsehood.
I agree with you.
Go to America and back to America.
I agree with you. Sean Tembo should be picked. Sean Tembo misled all of us.
They have been arrested before Chungu. Before Chungu was arrested, Sean Tembo should have gone in.
Yeah, you are right. I agree with you. Sean Tembo should have gone in. No. Sean Tembo, what Sean Tembo said, I mean, we should not let people get away with lies like that. Yes, my politics, but what Sean Tembo did is too much. Look, the guy they have even ended up getting international audience where Voice of America is interviewing them. Voice of America is interviewing them. Over lies. Not Twikala. Hello? Mkwai.
Muyanda wachipita kulusaka.
Mkwai.
Ine watata wachungu aba wachinjimye mishishi because nariko musoja. But when I hear this man talking, I ask myself, what kind of training is this one?
Yes.
And I also come to believe that other governments that worked with this man, he might have misled them. it's also important to know that when you have passed through such system, when you are called for a podcast, you ask your colleagues or anyone who is in the system or past friends, I'm going for this interview. At least they guide you. No tata. But Dala just had oral diarrhea. And I'm wondering what now.
Imagine.
I'm trying that this for me, I really appreciate the way you do things. God bless you and keep you alive.
Thank you very much. And I'm happy. This is, as he has said, he's a former soldier. He understands. You can't just go and just be talking carelessly. No, you can't do that. You can't. So if you want to we should be realistic. Hello?
Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
My contribution on the topic today, I'm really a bit disappointed. I've heard about that broadcast, and for him to come and discuss security issues on the platform, it's not good, because if you see like in Congo there's still war and there's still fighting.
Yes.
So it's putting our country on danger, and when it comes to Malawi as well, and other countries, because they said that he has helped a lot of countries.
Yes.
You never know, maybe he was even part of Rwanda, which is not good for the country and is punishing the country's name. So now this has called to the OP in Zambia. They should have a wake-up call, because for him to come and say the West intelligence is Zambia. So the OP, it's a wake-up call.
What a minute.
All the intelligence security in Zambia, it's a wake-up call for them.
My sister,
and the OP.
My sister, you have spoken about Rwanda. He actually said something very dangerous on Rwanda. He said he went to Rwanda, then because of the relationship that Kagame had with the former president, Levi Mwanawasa, he had to leave and he went to Kenya. Now, when he was in Kenya, the security system that he had were Rwandese. That's what he said. He said the people who were keeping him in Kenya, they were Rwandese. That is very serious, because if it means if he had to leave because of Kagame, and then he says the people that were looking after him were Rwandese, it can only mean that these people who were looking after him, they were not in favor of Kagame. You see what I mean?
Yes, they were rebels.
Yes.
What it means, like they were rebels.
Yes. I mean, this man is a danger. People are not realizing when they are protecting this man, they are speaking for this man. Kagame didn't want me.
Just because they hate the president, that's why they are supporting
everything.
But what they are forgetting, it's not Ichilema. They are laughing at you. It's the whole country.
It's the whole country.
What Malawi is feeling, what Congo is feeling, because those people say that he helped Congo to change the government. There are still some rebels in Congo.
Yes.
If today we hear some rebels come to attack Zambia, who are we going to complain to? No one. So it's a wake-up call for the security intelligence in Zambia, even the OP, because they can't even catch them in the public that it's a West security. You never know, maybe it's even working with other people in the OP.
Absolutely.
So it's a wake-up call for the president and the security people. They should open their eyes on this one. It's not a laughing matter, it's a serious matter.
No, thank you, my sister.
Thank you so much.
No, it's very serious what this man said. It's very serious. And I mean, you are wondering, I mean, who is he working with? Who is he working with? And then people are getting surprised. But they are searching him. Hakainde Hichilema is a dictator. They have picked Chungu. Hello?
Who is he working with?
Hello?
Who is he working with? Surprise.
Hello? Hello?
Hello, Batari.
Mkwa.
Awe, tuwato
otera sana pakuletera leadership kwebati muliste discuss mulandu wakwebati abenga bena Zambia balera ndati abale support efitire bachungu I think tabakonkere fya kunuma kwebale unfuoko ba issue nali abachungu akale palya we understand at what level that this man used to operate at. And when he goes to a podcast, me, when I even saw the advert that he had gone to a podcast, I felt butterflies in my stomach. And I was like, what is he going to say? What did he say? So we were all looking forward to it. We took time today to listen to it. And how you have explained it, unless you are not a patriotic Zambian, you'd say there was nothing wrong with that.
Imagine.
I think podcast na ilepa. Chungu referred to the coup during Chiluba government.
Oh, yes. And he said it was not a coup.
And he said it was not a coup.
And it was a rebellion against the army commander at that time.
The general, the army commander then.
Imwe. That man. But you know, I left it. I couldn't. I left the clip. I have the clip, but I left the clip to play it here because that again is very dangerous. Then Mundeke, Bachungo said the man who wants to kill me, and then he says he had nothing to do with that. That man.
If anything, he was quite insincere over that issue.
He was. Yeah, he was.
Because there was a court session for years.
People were jailed. People
testified.
Yes.
People went to prison.
Yes.
People lost jobs.
And
and some of us that were still there, we heard it for ourselves.
Yes.
When it was happening in real time on Radio 4.
And then he comes up at no.
Okay.
It was a rebellion. That man.
The sister who said that he needed to be put on a leash, that's the right word to use.
Yes.
As Zambians, we need to be patriotic and protect our country. And we can only protect our country if we can contain information within ourselves.
Yes.
Now, when you have a leader like that, and more so pursuing the highest office of this land, that is even more worrying. And then the other one that really unsettled me is the manner in which he repeatedly, confidently said that there will be a change of government.
Yes.
He repeated it even on radio yesterday.
Yes.
And it's in the manner that he says
that he says it, yes.
That
it's not
worries me.
It's not like the Mundubile.
From a point of authority.
Yes.
And there's something cooking somewhere.
And listen, he actually said, I have a lot of people who are still there. You heard him. A lot. I have a lot of them who are still there. You know?
No, there's a lot that really this man needs to be told to just sit down and, relax, retire. Or I don't know really what should happen, but that was really, you can't trust such a man to go out and campaign and all the interviews. It will be disastrous and not good for us. And more so, we are going into an election. We can start a fire.
Exactly. Even what he said about
even
what he said about the rigging,
yes. That part where he said there's only been one opposition that did the rigging before.
I lifted my hands. I said, whoa.
Can I tell you, I had a busy day, but at every 5 minutes I had, I sat and continued. It took me the whole day to listen to the whole podcast.
You are a good lady, because at least when you are talking, you are informed. There are very few people who do what you did. People just want to talk, but they don't want to get the information. This is the problem that we're having. It is even worse. When it comes to read, people don't want to read, but they'll be busy arguing on social media. Busy.
Exactly. That's why I was telling you that if they followed politics during Wanawasa, well, from KK transition into Chiluba and then Wanawasa, they will understand the man we are talking about, and this is not a joke.
Yeah.
The way he came out, the government or us as Zambian citizens should not just keep quiet and say, no, Tapali Truvene. Because that man was tough. Let me give you another example from his podcast. He says he was in a place when he was away after he had fled the country. And then he met someone who recognized him.
Yes.
And he went to him and whispered
Hugged
in
him.
his ear.
Hugged him.
This is a man who was no longer
intelligence.
Who was no longer in the system.
Yes.
But he had authority to scare that man.
Yes.
He whispered to him to say, if you mention of me, you're a dead man.
Yes. And he said the man never said anything. And the man who used to work for Zedara, I think he has retired. Imagine.
Can you imagine? How can you even not want to say this man, there's something deeper about him.
Now you even think of to say now, if he was able to say that to that man, I mean, can we doubt that he actually
that's my point.
Yes. And remember during the Chiluba time, how many people we lost? Remember? This man. This man.
We know the man we're talking about.
This man.
Newspapers that we would read. People used to disappear.
Yes. How many people did we lose? Yo, hey, we work in the Ishirema. Hey, he's a dictator. Hey, whatever. That man. Chungu, Xavier
Chungu. We had held him in very high esteem. And for me, I was very disappointed to have heard what he had to say. And in fact, when I saw that he was standing, I was like, oh, okay, this is interesting.
Yeah.
But he has not been talking. And he actually gave a reason why he had kept quiet and left it to the last minute.
And you know what he said?
Anyway,
you remember what he said? I've been working on this for years.
For years, yes. I have been building for this for years, and I have the network. That's what he said.
Yes. You don't love your country.
Well, we love our country. We don't want it to go into flame.
Yeah.
We love our peace. And the last 5 years, I think we've really... People are free to talk.
Yes.
People are free to move around. We don't see people disappearing. Even if they disappear like yourself, we know that you are alive.
Yes. I mean, we go in muma cells turafuma twaingira muma cells twafuma tamufa pati poison. Bairwali la family Sean Tembo barwala fiavende. Barwala fiavende bairwali la feta kwa bofuma. Takwa bofuma kwa tifira fiafumina bena na nikane. You remember Antoine Kaneudia at Nanudia. The lady that man in Nanudia. Zadeko, you remember that man?
Oh, Zadeko.
You remember when he went in? The name is escaping my mind. When he went in and when he came out, do you see? His legs, he could not walk. The man, he could not walk.
Yes, he He could not walk.
Oh,
Yes.
and from that time the man never recovered. Muhomba, yes. He could not walk. The man, when he came out, that was it. He never recovered.
He stopped talking.
Oh,
He stopped talking.
What are you doing, people?
Those were days.
Those were days. Anyway, thank you very much. I've even become excited.
Thank you so much,
because
Charlie. Keep explaining these things so that people can understand. Those that are lazy to read or listen or whatever.
No, thank you.
Thank you. God bless you.
You see, I love people that, follow issues and whatever. Not whoever survive. Hello?
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 Yes. Hello?
Yes, Mambo.
Yeah, good evening.
Yeah, that's why you pick up our men evening.
Yeah.
Our men do have a watch from that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, was it responsible after a military code program on for that age more? But was it responsible for them to go ahead to publish? And was the responsible then to Amona? If you are a problem, we get your side, we seek further clarification.
Muntu those are in business. Ufa muntu bali abantu baba mu media. Inchito yabo is to collect information and disseminate it. And they had him. There is nothing wrong from those guys. Those guys were asking, and it was up to him not to respond. So we cannot hold those responsible. Those, they did their job. But him, it was naive of him to entertain them. To entertain those questions, he would have been evasive. But he wasn't. Sorry, now she wants really not really. I don't see anything wrong from the guys. I really don't see anything wrong. It was a podcast, it was an interview, and they asked questions, which we wonder, which people wonder, James Bond, so could have to disappear. But Chungu for we no, you are trained to disappear. I'm done. Why possible if you have any muchirongoma? Okay. You just have to. When journalists will ask you implicating questions, it's up to you to respond. How you respond, Not to wait to go. I'm done. Yeah. Anyway, I think let me end it here for tonight, so that I rest, because tonight I think I want to come back on some other issues, which I will tell you tomorrow during the day. Hello?
Hello, Matali.
Yes.
It's so shameful to think that there are opposition leaders who want to make political capital out of it.
Imagine.
They condemn HH's government for arresting Chungu. These opposition leaders who do not have a manifesto. Something like this, as harmful as this information is, they will still say HH arrested Chungu because Chungu is not from the Zambezi region.
Imagine.
They have no manifesto. They will cling to any lie. Imagine these opposition leaders can even say yesterday why me was arrested or has been imprisoned for wanting to liberate from Zambia. Who can ever? I think these opposition people, they don't even know what they're talking about. If we hear any opposition leaders condemning the arrest of Chungu, then we know it's true. In Zambia, we don't have opposition party. We don't. They should condemn it. Even if you're in opposition, it is okay to condemn somebody who goes astray. It is wrong. It is okay. But we yet have to find out if there is any opposition leader who condemns Chungu's utterances because they are very dangerous to our country and dangerous to himself as well. Thank you.
Thank you. Hello? 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 Hello?
Hello?
Yes, please.
Okay. I know you're about to
Close.
stop the program.
Yes.
But maybe let's end on, off the topic, I'm talking about JJ. If you can block JJ, it will save a lot of us. Just find his number. I believe you have it. Just block him up like you did with Precious, please.
JJ uses different numbers, and he has got these international numbers. You know, JJ, he has picked numbers from different countries, and he just uses them. So I don't know which number is coming on. I usually come to hear, when he's talking and all. But I do understand.
Okay, as soon as you hear his voice and you know it's him, don't tolerate him, don't entertain him, just block him because he's also misleading us, misleading a lot of people. These are the people we are talking about, like the Chungu that's been arrested or whoever, that man there. Those are the JJs. So we have to be careful with these people like JJ. You hear him speak or his voice, please block him or just tap him off.
No.
Just tap him off.
Noted.
This time around, I think we won't have time to waste on people like those ones.
Yeah.
We're towards the end of all this.
Yeah.
So we should not entertain that kind. Thank you so much.
No, I totally agree, and I'm sure JJ is watching. JJ, I will not pick your cause because even what you say, I mean, when I give you, at least I even warn him, but still, he comes up and he just says something that is, outrageous. So, well noted indeed. Thank you.
Please, thank you so much.
Thank you.
You have a good night.
Yes, and you too.
Bye-bye.
So on that note, I'm even closing the program, and I say thank you very much for participating. Tomorrow I will come again. There is something that I want to discuss, but I will tell you during the day what we'll be discussing. And then on Sunday, it is 2 minutes uninterrupted program. 2 minutes uninterrupted program, whereby I open the program and I let you talk about whatever issue that I may have brought, and then we end on that note. Yeah. Ish. Okay. I hope this is not JJ. Hello?
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 Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah, I think the previous caller is right, but because the wife of JJ, the topic irachinga mulelanda palisi yachinja abantu batambo kulanda palisi.
Yeah, you are right.
That is what he always wants to do. He always trying to distract you.
Yeah.
So I think the previous lady's caller is right.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, thank you very much. So may God bless you and may God bless Zambia. Please remember, let us turn out in numbers to vote for President Hakainde Hichilema in this election. This election, don't say no, he has already gone through. Let's turn out in numbers to vote for President Hakainde Hichilema. Let us show the naysayers that Hakainde Hichilema still has support. Let us show the international community that Hakainde Hichilema has the confidence of the Zambian people. Let us do that. Always remember, make sure you have your voter's card nearby. Make sure you plan your day to go and vote on the 13th of August. God bless you. Bye-bye.
grave concern that political parties now will resort to making campaign songs that border on accusing